Next up, we have Timothy Lamb. You're from Red Hat as well, right?
Yes.
From Red Hat as well to talk about network automation with Ansible.
Hi. I'll deliver this in English, so bear with me for 15 minutes for this presentation. So my name is Tim from Red Hat Hong Kong. So I basically manage the Ansible business for Hong Kong and China. So I responsible for the Ansible business unit. So we have sold a lot of Ansible in Hong Kong and China. So today I'm going to give you a brief introduction of Ansible, how it can improve the network in the network space. So for automation, there are so many varieties of you can do automation in IT operations, but network is our main focus, and a lot of customers are using Ansible to do automation, network automations. So, welcome again. I'll explore how network automations can improve efficiency using Python and together with Ansible. And I will show you how automation can transform the way it can manage networks. So, a quick agenda. So, this is just talk about the benefits of using automations when you're managing the networks, because network is complex and is all distributed in different places. So how we can use scripts, use automation tool to manage the network efficiently, and then I will talk about I'll show you how using Ansible, the community version first, which is open source, free of charge. So once you test it, then you can switch it to the enterprise platform, for running into production. So managing networks manually is complex, as I said, it's a headache. And it is slow, and there's always a risk of making mistakes because we go to the switch, go to the routers, set VLAN, set routes. If you have one or two switches, that is okay. But you have hundreds of thousands of switches, physical switches on routers, or even with software-defined networks, you have challenges of managing so many devices in the data centers. So that's where automations can come in, tools like using even Ansible and Python. So automation is a game changer. So we, apart from helping you take those repetitive, time-consuming tasks off your plate, you can replace with smooth processes, joining using workflow. Then you have more time to do other tasks. Okay. Those tasks are very routine. You don't need to do this every day. So we will script those tasks using tools and with Pythons and Ansible YAML files to help you to speed up these processes. So why Python? Python is a user-friendly tool. I think you all know Python very well, and it's very easy to use. And then together with Ansible, Ansible is an agentless, with an agentless architecture, a YAML files to do for writing playbooks. It is very easy to script and easily combine with Python together to do the configuration of switches. So I think Ansible, as I said, is a very common automation tools in the communities, and it is the most popular tool in the world. I think if you think of IT automation, there's some tools out there. You have Chef, Puppet, you have Ansible, you have other tools or using scripts. So, but Ansible is a very common tools in the communities, and a lot of people are using Ansible to write playbooks to drive the automations across the whole IT environment, not just networks. Server, you can do the server configurations, database configuration, network configuration, cloud provisioning, etc., etc. Now I have a very simple use cases here scenario. So if you do this in your lab, home lab, you set up your switch, you set up your router, set up few VLANs. So without a tool, maybe you can do a lot of command lines. But here, I break down this into 3 use cases. So how do you automate the VLAN configurations, automate the static route configuration, and after that, you restart the device and server and network routers. So if I want to do this in script, automate those scripts using Python and Ansible, then I'll do this very quickly. So first of all, I will set up the Python. If I'm using the Ansible community modules, I will set up the Python modules, which is scripting language, and then I'll install and upgrade the Python packages. Next, I'll install the NetMakito Python module. NetMakito is a network libraries for Pythons to do the configuration of switches. Because we are using Ansible communities, we don't have the Ansible certified plugin libraries. So we will use the open source first, right? For example, NetMakito libraries, Python, so you can do the switches using command line. You set up and verify on one of the Linux operating system. Then you connect the nodes, right? You connect all the nodes, make sure your test is okay. The beauty of Ansible with Python is you don't have to install anything on the target device. It's agentless architecture, so it's very good for the cloud if your device is in the cloud, because you always destroy the instance, set up the instance, destroy the instance, set up the instance, destroy the network, set up the network. So it is very and the beauty of these agentless things is you don't have to worry about setting up the agents and install many times. So then you write a Python script to create VLANs on multiple switches, few lines of code, and then and you have all this code, as well as in the internet as well. There's a lot of examples in GitHub doing Python and Ansible for network switches. So it's very easy to grab the code. So Ansible takes the Python script, call the Python script, turns into a powerful automation script, and then it executes the script across multiple devices. So you execute this script across all the devices, across all the devices and routers, and it will set up accordingly as I define in my network topology. So I'm not going to go for all these just script things. A lot of script examples already in GitHub. It's very popular to Python and Ansible, so you can take it as an example. So just a very quick wrap up. So using automation to do all the IT operation is very easy. So a lot of customers in Hong Kong, we have already using a lot of using to manage all the devices using Ansible across all the domains in cloud, on premises, across all the different clouds and different domains. And the beauty of using Ansible to embrace automation is you can call Python script, you can call any scripts that you have already built in houses, as well as you develop playbooks. You develop playbook that drive the automations. So last and not least, I just give the enterprise model of Ansible is our latest release. So if you are very familiar with the community version of Ansible, then when you deploy it into your production environment in the organizations, then we will recommend to use the enterprise version of Ansible platform. So instead of just calling all the libraries and modules in the GitHub, we have certified plugins for most network devices, for Cisco, for Fortinet, for Palo Alto, for every firewall devices, checkpoints. We have already plugins in the platform already. So you don't need to download libraries and use the open source version of Ansible. So once you have this platform set up already, then put all the people can work together, group the people together working in different departments to drive automation across the whole organizations. So and now the latest release is Ansible 2.5. It has a lot of new features, also as well as we have generative AI built in the Ansible enterprise versions, helps you to develop playbooks. You can use a natural language like install a LAMP stack for me. You just type this language type this on the prompt, it will generate a full playbooks. But it will not directly, you can execute it, but it gives you a full playbook format, a full playbook template, so you can just need to modify a little bit of those variables, and then there you go. Then you have a playbook already written from using the AI. So this Ansible 2.5 is just released in September 30th. So if you are interested, feel free to download and take a review and take a readable of install the format in your lab environment. 90 days trial. Thank you.